Hi, I am here to tell you about more libros compañeros. So, what does a libro compañero means? Um, Libro is a word in Spanish for books, and compañero is a Spanish word for companions. And this is the idea that books are companions. They sometimes accompany each other, like in the case, like if you put two books together, and together they do something that alone they will not be able to do as well. And but also the idea that books are companions of the readers, especially in the times where they must need them, when they must need a story, a narrative, images that represent something that is part of children's life, when there are words and stories and wisdom that is shared to children through books. Those books became compañeros, can become compañeros of children. And what I'm doing this week is that I am celebrating the fact that my book Dreamers was published a year ago. But the way I want to celebrate it is what I want to really celebrate is that there are children who read these books, and the children that these books are for. So what I'm doing this week, and we started yesterday, is that I'm presenting you with some of the books that I feel that are excellent companions for children, and I want to give them to you, teachers. So I'm gonna be doing a raffle at the end of this week. Actually, on Wednesday, after a week of doing these presentations, and in this raffle, um, I'm gonna give 10 pairs of books, and these books, this pair of books, are one copy of my book Dreamers and one copy of another book that I consider that would be a really great companion for your students, for children. And the book that I'm telling you about today is My Shoes and I. This is an old copy of this book. It's written by René Colato Lainez and illustrated by Fabrizio Vandenbroek. Um, Broek, I think that's how you pronounce it. But this book came out years ago, and it's one of my favorite books in the world since it came out. It's a book that I have felt that is very strong and that talks about a reality that in years ago was already very prevalent, but it is more so nowadays. And now the author and the publisher and the illustrator this year had made a new edition of My Shoes and I, and now the person who receives these libros compañeros actually is going to receive a copy that is different from this one because my copy is only in English, but the one that you are going to receive is a bilingual edition of My Shoes and I, which in Spanish is called Mis Zapatos Y Yo. But I want to tell you more about My Shoes and I want to tell you why I love this book. As I told you, it is written by René Colato Lainez, and René is a writer and a teacher also, originally from El Salvador. And when I met René many years ago, one of the first things that he told me is how his students call him El Maestro de los Cuentos. And that means that the teacher of the stories, because he is a storyteller. He's always telling stories to his children, and this is one of the stories that he put in a book for children. And this is a story that starts like this: My Shoes and I, and it starts with this picture of these shoes. And Fabrizio is a great illustrator. I have met Fabrizio before because he lives in Mexico City, but also I have seen his work for a long time, and he's someone that I admire very much as an illustrator, and you'll see why. And I'm gonna read you just a little probadita of My Shoes and I, and it says, "For Christmas, Mama sent me a new pair of shoes from the United States. I love my new shoes. They walk everywhere I walk. They jump every time I jump. They run as fast as me. We always cross the furnished light at the same time. Mario, these are very good shoes for the trip, Papa says. Papa tells me that it is a very long trip. We need to cross 3 countries. But no matter how long the trip will be, I will get there. My shoes will take me anywhere. Uno, dos, tres. My shoes and I are ready to go. I said goodbye to my house in El Salvador. I am sad to leave my friends, but I am very happy because soon I will be with Mama. Papa opens the door. Actually, it's in Spanish. Papa opens the door. Oh, my hat flies in the air. It is a wind, a strong, powerful, spinning wind. Whoosh, whoosh. My feet push forward. The wind pushes them back. My shoes become pushing shoes. We push and push like a pack of elephants. And as you can imagine, what this is a journey. It's a journey of a child from El Salvador having to cross 3 countries to with the hope to arrive to the United States with Mama is waiting. Mama has actually sent these shoes for him so that he can make the trip to where she is. And this is a journey that many children are going through and that needs to be understood in all of its consequences, understood in all the emotions that go through in a child when they cross, they cross the countries and the places they need to cross to in order to arrive to where they can be together as families, where they can thrive, where they can live and work and be safe. This is a book that I have always liked, and I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it as a libro compañero, and I'm gonna give it as a pair with Dreamers to one of the teachers. We are actually gonna do a raffle, so I hope that you get this book. And the only thing that teachers need to do to get it is use Twitter or use Instagram. And in Twitter, you can write a tweet with a few words, just sharing with everybody, with me, with whoever reads them. What are you doing? How are you finding ways to be a companion of children, the children in your classroom, the children in your lives, the ones that you are teaching? In order for you to be a guide to those children, especially in the times when they most need them. We are going through difficult times for children, and I would love to learn how are the ways that you are finding to be most effective to accompany those children so that they don't feel alone, especially those children, in fact, they are alone, whether they are being separated from their families, their parents, whether they are in a limbo of places, not having a home, but also just the children in your class, the way that they are going through the news and through the things that are going in their lives, and how do they cope with this world that we are in, and how do they find an environment in which they feel accompanied by the adults, by us, by the teachers, by the authors, by the illustrators. I would love you to share that with me. You can put it in Twitter in a few words, or you can also use Instagram. And in Instagram, you can put a photograph, an image, or anything that represents, that can tell us a little bit about how you are doing that work. And don't forget to use the hashtag Libros Compañeros. I know it is in Spanish. It might be hard for you to do it, so I'm going to try to write it down whenever I post this video so that you know how to write it down. And I know I'm asking you to maybe come out of your comfort zone and use a word in Spanish, but I think that is a really great exercise, and I would love to also be challenged by your exercises. What if you tell me also, how do you say libros compañeros in your own language? How do you say companion books? How do you say children, you are not alone? I would love to learn it in your language, whether it is in your mother tongue, in the way that you learned to speak when you were born and you were growing up, or in the ways that you have devised to learn how to say things. We have many ways of saying things. I know that I have learned languages when I not only when I learn how to speak English, but I also learn how to tell things with my books. When I write a story or when I make a drawing, when I make an artwork, it is also a way of communicating. It's also a way of saying something, and that's a language that I have learned myself. We all have ways of saying things. Sometimes it's not even with words. And if you have your very own way to communicate something that you would like to share with us, I would love to be to receive that and also be challenged by learning how to say things in different ways so that we can all communicate together no matter what language we speak. So with that, I invite you to participate, to share, and on Wednesday I will be making a raffle, and we'll send pairs of books, libros compañeros, to you wherever you are. Thank you.